How's it going, guys? I'm the Fallen Sanctum, and once again, third video today that we are recording with the sexy beast, Mr. Primal Latios.
Hey guys, I'm Primal Latios. You know me, small time PokeTuber, worker, all that good stuff.
Sounds good. And we have probably the funnest version of DI that doesn't want to make you pull your eyes out. It's called Amon. I know fuck all about Amon, so I'm gonna let Mr. Latios handle all the good shit.
Alright, fuckers. So let's start with the first thing first. So why Amon? Because I know that some of you guys is going to talk to me about Gasti and NLK and you know all them loops going on. Oh, sorry about that, my man. But you know what? I've been with Team Amon ever since I watched the anime. I really like all the mechanics between getting power. Because you see, that's what DI is all about. Like the original DI is we get power to the soul, we power up rear guards, but all that Tarian, all of that Amon, all of those guards, all those Doreens that get power for cards and soul. So that's all it's all about, and this deck is exactly that, with some few tricks. So let's jump into that deck profile, my man. So I'm gonna start with Forerunner. As you can see, the Forerunner, if you can zoom in, we run one copy of Amon's follower, Barnum's Grace. It's the foreign of choice. Yes, I could run Assassin. Yes, I could run undergrade the draw one quick shield of V series is Forerunner, but I decided to go with Barnum's Grace. It's funnier. It activates your darkness. Counterblast 1, rest it. Get 2 cards in soul if you have an Amon card, Vanka with Amon in the card name. This is going to be important later. And then you give a Amon unit the ability to get 1k for every card in soul. So basically the cards there can, as I said, can activate darkness. It's the fodder for my little combo plays a little bit later. Can offer some good early game pressure, I guess. But normally you're never going to use that before you strike. Go with the trigger lineup. We're running Rambo. The reason why we're running Rambo is because of the playstyle we're using, we won't need that many crits. And quite honestly, some cards are just some triggers, especially in DR, are too good not to use. So let's start with Mr. Darkness or Mistress Darkness. 4 stand triggers, Monochrome of Nightmare Land. This card is amazing. It's probably the best trigger in DI. I'm not afraid to say it. It's so good. Got pretty simple GB1, right? If you call this card a rear guard, put it into the top of the deck, shuffle the deck, then you soul charge 1. If you got 6, you counter charge. If you got 10 in soul, you draw a card. Filters your deck, gives you counter charge for free. Refill your deck up with triggers. It activates darkness. Like, really, what's not to love about this card? It's a must. It's a must. Then we have 4 draw PGs. Self-explanatory. We like draws. We like PGing our opponents. Yes, we're a protect deck, but you know, PG is still always nice. Draws are always nice. We got 4 crits, so people actually fear a Vanguard. But I'm going to tell you that they're going to fear Vanguard regardless. You're going to know why a little bit later. And then archery, 1 on split of EL triggers, V EL triggers, and 1 Abyss Blows. Normally I would run a 2-2 split. Problem is, I don't have 2 Abyss Blows, so I'm only running 1. But it's an Amon cards. It can be useful for your soul charge. And yeah, that's pretty much it for trigger lineup. Then we go to grade 1, and this is where it becomes a little bit funny. So first thing first, I'm running 4 copies of Killer Tail. Why is this card not banned? I have no idea. It's an amazing card. Extra counter charge. Gives you soul as a card for you. Allows you to fix your soul if you need some pieces. This is not like NLK or some sort, but it's very nice. You can do it from the first turn, gets a bunch of cards in your soul, counter charge for free. I mean, that's an amazing card. And then we got 4 Demon Chain Creeper. So the thing is, it depends on how you build the deck, of course. If you have many counter charger, you can play the new one, as you can see in this list, which is basically well, you have the first effect, but normally this thing is never never gonna be on rear guard. But it's gonna be in your soul. You're gonna put it back to the bottom of your deck from your soul. Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3. And because it's an Amon deck with cards that powers up with cards in the soul, we like that. Sorry, dog. There's a dog barking outside my area. Let's keep going. I normally like to proxy them for Old Creeper because we need cards in drop zone when we stride into a stride, which is going to come back in a little bit in a little moment because we're going to need to perform Legion at some point. Yes, it's a Legion deck. How can we Legion in a V / premium era deck? Stay tuned, you're going to see. And then we got last cards for grade 1. We got 4 yellow bolts. I like this card. It can beat on force, which is always good. Force has 13k, so it can reach 13k. And yeah, with one road upon it gets soul charge. We need card and soul to set up. Of course, I do prefer that. It's more of a right target more than anything. But if you have this on regard KB of force, that's good enough. That's it for grade 1. So far, nothing too crazy. You could almost say that maybe with some cards difference, this is almost the same as a normal NLK / deck. But I'm telling you, the spice is coming. Don't worry. For grade 2s, we start with Emblem Master. Emblem Master is also a great setup card. It's the start of almost everything. Best play you can do for turn 1, right, is turn 2 means right discard, you counterblast 1 if your opponent gets counterblast, put 3 Curative on Soul, and then you're ready to roll, right? So it does a continuous effect, which is pretty nice. It's going to be really handy later. You're going to understand why. If you got 7 more cards in the Soul, it gets 5k power, 5k shield. Pretty good. And then there's a skill on place, Rearguard Vanguard. You counterblast 1, select a card from field or drop zone, search the deck, shove up the tree into the deck, and then shuffle. It's pretty good. Setups your soul. It's pretty nice on, the big stride because yeah, it powers you up. It sets you up for a lot of stuff. Like great setup card and great shield value. Then we got the start of the Amon unit. Of course, when I first built this deck, I had much more Amon units, but I was lacking in power. So I decided to put more V series cards. So that's why there's less Amon, but it's still an Amon deck. So this one is Amon's follower, Odious Thunder. Of course, you're almost never going to proc a skill because, as you see, we don't have that many Amon units in the deck. But you can. I'll target this card with Barnabas Grace, so you get him Amon skill, which is pretty good. If you do get lucky, then yes, if you soul charge a card, or that as Amon is card name, you can lower his power and raise it from 5k for every 5 cards in the soul. Other great use of this card, it's a great way to activate Darkness, because it doesn't need to have a Mount Vanguard to soul charge 1 when it's placed. So just slap this card, go Darkness, and then you can do whatever you want after that. And then my second to last grade 2 is Dark Soul Conductor. And now you might be asking, why do you have so many of those grade 2 that don't get much power? They get a lot of shell value. You're going to see this when I'm going to present the grade 3s in the deck. But yeah, this card is great shell value. Also fills your deck, which is important because we're not exactly NLK. We are Amon. And this means that we're going to soul charge a lot of cards. So having options to refill the deck after we're done with all of this is very important so we don't deck out, right? This card has also great shell value. It's a 15k shield in one place if you have 10 cards in soul, and instead of retiring to drop zone, it goes to the bottom of the deck. What's not to love, right? And then my latest addition, two of the promos, Middle Wicked Cursed Princess Rodia, which is basically Baby Amon. You can call it that. It's Baby Amon. Gets 1k. Permanent for every card in the soul. It's a Baby Amon. Good bait stick. And if I had an NLK, I could probably just rewrite on that and be like, yeah, you don't get to strike. But that's not how we roll. Now, we're going to the grade 3s, and this is where it becomes fun. First, the main grade 3 of the deck. Yes, it is the main grade 3 of the deck. Kingdom Mass Dentarian. Alright? So what it do, if you have grade 2s or higher in soul, you can call it. which is where having Emblem Master and Dark Soul Conductor is very important because you can card them from your soul and you get good chill value. So if you have those pesky grade 0 restrict or grade 1 restrict or grade 1 and higher restrict, or they say you can guard from hand at all, hashtag Phantom Blaster Diablo, well, God knows if that's still played, well, you can still guard from soul pretty high numbers. And of course, he has a skill. When you retire a rear guard, you soul charge 2 cards, and you soul charge a grade 2 or higher, you give 5k to a unit. It's a setup card. It's a card you want to sit on because it gives you a marker, or prepares you to guard from soul. It's your defense and it's your offense. You're gonna see later. And then this is where it becomes an Amon deck. I run 2 copies of Amon's leader Astaroth. I would run 1 copy, but if I soul charge that copy, then this deck's whole gimmick disappears. So play it at 2 copy because I do not want to write this card. It's a 100% Ghastly Diamond as target. And it's a Legion with the Legion Mate, the one and only, the God of Hell himself, Demon Marquis, Demon World Marquis, Amon. Right? So the Legion skill is whatever Amon. If you're Legion, you get a critical for every 10 cards in your soul. Pretty good. And when a rear guard is retired, you soul charge 3 cards, but you can only do that skill once. And Demon World Marquis, which is a BT 3 card, is basically continuous to get 1k for every card in your soul, and a nice skill that you can counterblast 1 and retire a unit. One of your units retire one of your opponent unit, which is also triggers your 11 mate. And then you have a few techs. So the first tech is Demon Eater. So Demon Eater is also a Ghastly Diamond as target if you feel or know that your opponent is a PG. So you can have an option to Sentinel restrict because you don't really care about like other restricts because you're gonna be swinging with such high numbers with your Vanguard with crits that even if you do lose theoretically 10k or 20k power because you soon blast 10 cards to do the skill, you're still going, if you swing for 118 or 120k with 2 criticals and instead of 150k, I mean, not a lot of clans can reach that high. So you will probably hit, and that might be lethal, right? Then you have the Blade Wing Ragey, which is basically if you have 15 cards in the soul, get 2 crits. That's why it's there. Yes, there's a place that basically copies Emblem Master, but really it's just another Diamond target. If you're soul charge all your Astaroth, don't know what to do, well, you just go poop, put that guy in soul, have fun. And then we got Number of Terror. Good rear guard, draws you card, can also be called from soul. He's not really a diamond as target, but hey, if it strikes your fence, you can always have some fun. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. Then pass to the G zone, and honestly, we're not gonna beat too much about the brush. It's very simple. I call this deck a three stage deck, right? It's almost always the same stride line, I would say, right? So you're always gonna go for Diamond first, then you're gonna go for Blade of Mouse, and if they're still alive, you can go back into Diamond or go to Rootland Betray. If you strike your fast to have enough card if you reach GBA. Normally, your opponent will be dead after Blood and Mouse if they somehow survive Ghastly Diamonds. That's how it happens. So now, I guess I'll show off the rest of the G zone, which is mainly fillers. We got 2 Fornis. If you happen to be stuck on one of the Amon grade trees, you can always strike Fornis. You get criticals and power, and you can like basically control your opponent's board. There's 4 Soulless Demagogue, but their only use is to flip for Diamonas. You will not strike this card. And then you have 5 G guards. You got 2 Malat, 1 Vincent, 1 Nazu, 1 Saint Germain. Yes, you could probably cut one of these to add Xerath and Progenitor Dragon, definitely. But I don't have them, so I just have those four Solas de Morgana. I'll be done with it. So now, let me showcase real quickly a turn of Daimonas with Amon, right? So say you have this. Let's shuffle this up. Because sadly, to properly demonstrate this deck, we need to have a few things set up. So it's kind of hard to just do on the go. So you have like a Dentarian Vanguard. All right. Say that you don't know if your opponents have a PG. Okay. Because if you know that your opponent doesn't have a PG and you just go all in, then you're gonna swing for like over 300, well 200k with 4 crits. And if they don't, you know that they don't have a PG, the game ends right there because you can't guard 200k unless you have some nasty combination, right?
Ellie.
Like Ellie, yeah, or something like Just a Demonic Dragon, or those cards that calls PGs from away from the hand, right? So let's say you have the 3 Killer Tails in the soul. Let's say like this is the grade 1 target. Let's say this is the grade 2 target. You have 3 Killer Soul in soul. There we go. There you go. You got this in soul. And you shuffle quick. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, of course you have 1 Killer Tail in now. 1 Killer Tail. Come on, Killer Tail. Killer Tail, Killer Tail, Killer Tail. 1 Killer Tail. You have your damage. You have 1 Creeper. Uh, let's say one of that. One of that. Why not? And now you got a few of random shit in the soul. There you go. So we're ready to start. And what I really like with this combo, by the way, is that you don't really need to have a full field. For example, like MLK, where you have to be mindful. Sometimes I've been just focused on guarding. I have like 3 or 4 units on the field only. Draw a card, and then just call a card to reguard, start doing my sting, and I still have a decent turn out of it, which is what I really like. Just to be careful about not having these pieces in. Or say, let's use this to stride. And I'll just draw like 3 cards and see what I can do with it, right? And try to bear with me. We're gonna count because, of course, this is a deck that will require you to have dices because you're gonna power up. Like this is all of it. I'll draw like, say I draw, yeah, I have 4 cards in my hand. All right. So we stride, right? We stride into Diamonds. First pro tip using this build. Be mindful of your soul charge, okay? Because I know DI, we like to soul charge. A la tous azimuts, we don't look at what we're doing. We just want to go full soul charge. You have to be careful because this deck main combo is the Legion, right? And if you don't have Legion, yeah, if you don't have Legion, well, your deck won't do what you want it to do, right? So, you strolled into Gusty Daimonas. You know what you got in store. There we go. So now you just go, okay, boom. Now you're gonna counterblast. Normally you want to you counterblast the card that you want to put with Killer Tail. You counterblast one guy. You go, okay. I'm gonna go in the deck and I'm gonna search for 2 cards to put in the soul to activate, right? So actually I made a small mistake here because normally you want to place your guys. Before doing that, you want to place your guys so they get the power up, right? So let's say I didn't search, you do blah, 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 put that thing there. Then you call, here, I got the Dentarian in hand, so let's just put it there. And I've got I've got this. I'm gonna call this guy. Then I'm gonna do the skill of Emblem Master. So let me counterblast one. Let's counterblast this guy. I'm gonna select Dentarian. Search the deck for a Dentarian. Theoretically, I should have one left. Yes. There we go. Put it into the soul. Now we have one tick of diamond that's active. It's not a problem. Right. Right, so we call over these two and then call on the master, because that's going to be important. Now we got 3 cards into the drop zone. Oh, sorry, you can't really see it. So let's put it there. There you go. Well, I got 3 cards into the drop zone. Then I activate Dassy Diamond Ass. Counterblast 1. Then I go and I soul charge. I decide to soul charge After Rough, that I know it's there. There you go. And then and then for the sake of showing off how much power you can get, I'm going to soul charge. Where is it? 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 Yeah, I'm going to soul charge Emblem Master. There you go. So now I've got Emblem Master and the skill of Demonator active on my Vanguard. Alright. Now, if you guys followed, that's 3 ticks of Diamondas. So my front row got 9k already. So now I need 4 cards to Legion, so I can just kill her tail. Put Dimension Creeper, and for the sake of argument, it's gonna be Old Creeper. I'm gonna put the card face down and then countercharge it because I got 3 Killer Tail and Soul. There you go. Then I'm gonna Soul Charge, Soul Blast to the guy and Soul Charge 2. Thankfully, I didn't Soul Charge. I did not Soul Charge. What's his face? My Amon, because we only have 1 in the deck. And then I can perform Legion. So bring all those 4 cards there. And bring Demon War Marquis Amon. Alright. So for those wondering for the Legion ruling, at the end of the turn, when Gassi Damonas is going to go bye-bye back to G-Zone. Okay, let's flip the card for Daimonas, right? Careful about that. This stands, right? The card that you Legion with is going to go in your soul. It's actually not going to retire or just disappear or just stay in Legion state, right? That's very important to know. So now we got 5 ticks of Gasti Damonas. So that's already plus 15 to the front row. And this is where combo starts happening, right? So first we can activate Bard's Grace, which rests herself. We counterblast 1. We soul charge 2 cards. And then we give the skill to the only Amon unit on the field, which is the one world Marquis Amon himself. Now, the one world Marquis is going to get 2k for each card in soul instead of 1. And that you can already see the buildup of power right now, right? So now there's another combo that happens, right? You can counterblast 1 again and shove this guy into the soul, which brings our total to 8, right? So if the opponent has a rear guard and retires it, you're going to soul charge 3 times more because of the skill of the Vanguard. So you soul charge 3 cards. And this is why I said do not fret if your soul charge triggers, because normally if you survive the next turn, which is kind of likely. Now I use my entire hand, but I could have kept cards on hand if I wanted to. Well, you're going to be able to Bladder Mouse, and once you Bladder Mouse, you'll be able to refresh your deck with triggers, and then you'll have a high trigger chance after that. Right? So now you finish that off. You got a total of 8 ticks of Diamond S already. And you can go to 10 ticks because you soul charge a Dimension Creeper. So yes, you could say that sometimes keeping the thing going is a bit of a luck. It's a bit of luck because you never know what you're going to soul charge, right? And soul charge twice more. Soul charge a third crit. So this turn was kind of tame, right? Didn't do that many combos. You still got 10 ticks of Diamond Us. So that's still a 30k. That's still 30k to the front row. And basically a 60k to your Vanguard column. Well, a little bit less than that, but you don't understand because you have 2 units on it. So they both get the power, which is also why I really do like the Legion build. And then you go, sure, I'm going to swing with Emblem Master, which is like 14 plus 30. So you got 44. And then your Diamond Us is swinging. So if you remember, plus 6, let's say, because this was not there for the beginning, for the first 2. So let's say that this got 24k, and then this got 30k. So that's already 54k. And then you add the both base, which is 22. So now you're at 54, 76. And then you add the skill of 2 cards of 2k for every card in the soul. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Almost. We almost add a triple critical Vanguard. We have 19 cards in the soul, so that's plus 38. So you do 76 plus 38, that's like 124. So you have a 124k attack. Right now, I kind of abuse with the Counterblast, so I can't use the Soul Blast 10 and Sentinel Restrict. But you can see what the deck, what you can do with a Diamond Axe turn. Of course, you can go much higher than that. If you go, for example, with a combination of Dentarian plus the Legion, where you can do crazy stuff like Soul Charge 5. Every time you Soul Charge a grade 2 or higher, you get 5k to 3 of your rear guards, and that can go very, 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 very quickly. So then you have like a 80, 280 column. If you get stands, for example, in that drive check, I get a draw, give that to my side, I draw, I get a stand, so I stand my Vanguard, my rear guard, and then I get a heal. See, I get a triple trigger right there. Right there, right in front of the camera. Call me Aichi. I guess. Anyway. And now we have 4 big attacks. You have some guard for next turn, because you have 2 G guard, a PG, a stand. And then you have the army of grade 2s you can guard with in your soul. So if you survive, you just go better mouse right away. So of course, there's many more stuff that you can do, which is why I really like Gasti Diamond Ass. Because yes, if you decide to go a little bit further than just NLK à tous azimuts, you're going to do some very crazy things. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed that fun, strange Amon / Diamond Ass deck. I have a lot of fun with it. Don't be afraid to experiment with the card, right? Because it's a card that's made for toolboxing. Yes, I know you guys want to win, so you want to go with Analog Loop and whatnot. But trust me, if you go a little bit further than that, you can find some mad shit. Anyway, that was Primal Latios for Amon.deck. See y'all around, boy.